Hey,
Love
hosers,
not.
Bowen here, and we were doing the after show, blah blah blah. We don't really care about this. Jump in and have fun, and yeah, I would actually tell people to come in, but to the stream, but there's no one to tell to ask to come to the stream right now, so we're not going to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hi, kids.
People
Welcome
come
to the
in.
stream that you're not here for.
Yeah.
You are
Exactly.
missing a great discussion, let me tell you.
Exactly.
Yeah, this the part of the show where we have been going too long on the show, so we decided to start a new show.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Because if you didn't get enough show from the 3 hours, we have more show.
We're
We
gonna
always
show
have
you
more.
full of show.
Oh yeah, we have all of the show. Every last bit of it. We have as much show as I have gender. Which
God.
Well then,
and
The
I
show
have
never stops.
That's a good analogy.
I have all of the gender, so we have all of the show. All right.
oh,
Yeah.
But yeah, like, I know that we were talking about, voices and voice training and, how voices are perceived. The only dysphoria that I experience is that I feel like my voice is not androgynous enough. You know?
Okay.
And, like, I kind of like it to be more neutral. Like, if that makes any sense. And
Yeah,
so I'm kind of wondering if anyone other than me has kind of like felt that way. Like they just want it to be totally neutral.
I mean, I call my voice my NB voice, right?
Yeah.
So and I am in that I think I sound pretty feminine sometimes. I'm not sure. I'm told I am.
Mm-hmm.
But I've gone from absolutely hating my voice to actually kind of liking it because, well, suffice it to say, I learned how to actually fucking form words
Yeah.
and speak because I've been doing it more lately. So yeah, like I have settled on my voice being where it is now because it is kind of a at least according to computers and statistics, it is
Yeah.
an androgynous voice.
Yeah.
So
Like for me,
and now I'm basically out as
yeah.
being non-binary to everybody. I don't feel the need to, or at least to everybody who matters, I don't feel the need
Exactly.
to have a I don't feel the need to have a hyper feminine voice because I don't it just doesn't matter to me anymore because I'm not trying to pass as a binary cis het woman or
Exactly.
anything like that. So I've settled on just being happy with what I've got.
Yeah, and like I'm learning to love my voice. Growing up I always hated it because I have a speech impediment that maybe you've noticed, maybe you haven't, but it used to really drive me insane. Like I was bullied for it so much as a kid, and it just made me feel really insecure about my voice. And then, like, once I came out as non-binary, it was like I had people say that my voice sounded too masculine, and I've also had people say that it sounded too feminine. And
Okay, I think if the
I
people
just
are telling you that it sounds too masculine and it sounds too feminine, then you're probably closer to where you want to be than not.
and that makes sense. And that was the point that I was going to get to, is that all of the insecurity and doubt was in my own head. And so I've been going through this process of learning to love my voice and learning to love the way it sounds, and even my speech impediment, learning to love that because it's all part of me. And at this point I have nothing left to prove. I'm an NB. No amount of high voice can take that away, or low voice or whatever. And the way that I speak is an NB's voice because it's mine and it belongs to me.
Yep,
Yeah.
absolutely.
That's it. Yeah, for me it's just like Hmm. Excuse me. Anyways, it's just I try to get up higher as I can because my so-called natural voice is very deep, and I don't know. I don't think it would. I don't think it could really like pass as like a typical cis woman's voice usually, unless it's
Mhm.
like one that's deep. But I mean, I never really liked my voice anyway. Like, I always thought it was too deep, especially when going for puberty. Like, I thought like, oh, it's too deep. I hate it. Even then, must because I thought it sounded too much like my dad, and I had like my own internal voice in my head. Like when you're thinking to yourself,
Yeah,
it sounds different than it does in real life. And
indeed.
I don't know. You can get your voice pretty high with just your voice training. You know, have a good starting point, but like there are people who have got their voices from way lower than mine to way higher than I'm willing to bother to train myself to go.
hmm,
So
Yeah.
that is um, just a training thing, and it's a muscle memory thing. Because and eventually, because I've watched a lot of, I've consumed a lot of materials on voice training. So it will eventually, like you'll eventually just talk higher naturally if you keep working at it. But it's definitely possible. There's not a huge range of there's actually not a huge uh tone difference anyways between like a man's voice and or a so-called man's voice and a so-called woman's voice, right?
Hmm.
It's it's not nearly as big a difference as people seem to think it is. Um, like it's what 120 to 240. So like it's like I think an octave and a half or something like that.
Hmm.
yeah,
So
Yeah.
that that's not a whole lot. Maybe if we take the extremes, it's like 2 octaves. But it's still not a whole lot, and it's easier to go up than it is to go down. Um, that is for sure because uh, yeah, to go up, you can always, you know, it's easier to stretch your vocal cords to a higher note than it is to slack them off, basically.
Yeah.
So
oh, well, I could just. I mean, I could just like one thing if I really want to see numbers. I have like the some voice mm, analyzer. It's like what's it called? The voice
that's what
pitch
it's called.
analyzer. Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, I have it on my phone. I could just like do it. I could just I could
yeah.
just speak freely for a. I could just like speak freely for a moment and really just
You're
for the
talking lower though.
show.
You're
Yeah, it's ah,
you're talking lower. You started talking
yeah,
lower for
Yeah.
that. My last one came in at 180, which is about 10
yeah.
over the thing. But
That's the
I,
thing. I gotta. It's sometimes like in the right position. It's the easiest time I have it. Weirdly enough, is in my car. I just sit alone in my car and just have the easiest time doing it. Seals
So
it off,
It's
I guess.
anytime
because of
you
the
talk to
lack
someone,
of
just sit
psycho.
in your car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, if
I.
I just want to like do it in practice, pure practice.
It could just be because of the lack of pressure to impress other people. It could just be that you're alone and you feel comfortable, and so you just naturally talk higher because you're not thinking, "Oh my gosh, I have to sound feminine. I need to make this happen." I feel like
I
a
yeah,
don't.
lot of it is psychological.
I mean, I have found that since I stopped, like, I've found that I'm coming across a lot better since I stopped trying to come across and just started trying to be me.
Yeah, that's the
Exactly.
one thing. Like
Same here.
trying hard versus being yourself.
Mhm.
I stopped being a tryhard, and I got good.
Same here.
GGWP. So
Excuse
And
me.
mhm.
personally, mine. So here's me right now to mine. Where I want is over, obviously, and up just a little bit, kind of like, Maria Brink at her kind of lowest growl type sounding almost. Just that feminized sound to it. I mean, I don't give a shit what I sound like. I'm gonna sound like what I'm gonna sound like, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's just that try and get to the point of if they do clock me as, female from that 15, 20 feet away, once they come up to me and are like, hey, I can be like, hey, and they're like, okay, female,
Yeah.
cis female.
Yeah, I mean, I mean, it's incredible that people are seeing me as a cis. I think, and people I think are like I don't think I'm being clocked as being trans at all in some cases, right? I think people are just.
Yeah.
So I think that occasionally people are just seeing me more as a butch woman than
Yeah.
than as whatever I am, whatever I
Right.
actually am. Um, so, and I'm talking about like with my girl bulge hanging out, right? It's like I guess people just start looking down there. So
Like,
yeah, I don't know. It's incredible that I've only been on hormones for 6 months. I've only been trying to present as a woman for 4 months tops. Um,
yeah.
uh, like full time anyway. So I'm kind of in. I don't know. I'm in a weird position that I didn't expect to be in so fast.
Yeah.
So
Like, the way that I was able to tell that I quote unquote passed as an AFAB person was when like old Mormon guys started to be really nice to me because they don't they're usually not nice to someone that they perceive as a trans woman. They like go out of their way to say so he or they just act really uncomfortable. But when like, cis Mormon guys started going out of the way to talk to me and like strike up a conversation and treat me in like a protective way, then it was like, okay, they're perceiving me as an AFAB cis woman. And like me, I didn't think it would ever be possible. Like when I first started the process, I was just like, I just want to get to a less masculine point than I'm at now. I don't think I'll ever be seen as anything other than AMAB, but I just want to do something. And I guess I've been pleasantly surprised. I mean, I'm not a woman, but as I mentioned earlier, it's a lot less painful for me to be perceived as female than to be perceived as male. So I've been pleasantly surprised.
Yeah, yeah. For me, it's just I don't care if I get perceived that way. It's better than being male, so whatever.
Yeah,
Mm.
indeed.
Because guys are just yucky. Like, eh.
Boys are gross.
Boys are
Although,
gross. Like, oh my god, seriously.
yeah, it's like earlier. It's just like earlier in my life. Just I guess I had a lot of dysphoria of just like how people would see like just boys being like grosser, or at least it's like the male stereotype of just them being like not so concerned with like personal hygiene and
Yeah,
cleanliness, or like even like fashion or something. It's just they're
yeah,
not expected to groom themselves, or just they can just put on just some like like jeans or khakis and shirt and
yeah.
whatever. And I don't know, just like
I
how a lot of like most societies perceive like masculinity for men and femininity for women is just so it's just so it's just so weird, you know? It's just
I know. It
yeah,
is.
it's just I don't know.
I
It's
don't
just
get it.
mm, gender's so weird. Gender is I was gonna say gender is fake, but it's no, gender roles are
It's,
fake. But gender is, you know, a very deeply personal experience that
yeah.
matters.
Yeah.
But I just want to abolish the things about gender that suck.
I am right
iPhone
with you
users,
there.
right?
And like
Yeah,
most of my friends are,
Really?
male. And I usually relate better to guys, but I don't relate to them as a guy, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
Like,
I wouldn't want to be seen as one of the guys. That's just no.
exactly. Like, and so,
don't get that. It's like whatever. Okay, sure. I'm one
exactly.
of the guys. Whatever. I don't. Yeah, yay. Yeah, whatever. I don't know.
Yeah.
I
And
like I
so,
am, but
yeah,
whatever.
I just want to be seen as a person and like not a distinctly male or female person. And like the guy friends I have and my partner who is male, like they definitely see me in that space. What sucked, and this happened very soon after I came out, was when some of my male friends started to treat me like a woman in a very traditional way. Like that they started like asking me if I'm gonna get home safe, and they started like pulling out chairs for me and reaching to get things off the top shelf. And after a while, I just had to say, stop. I get that you're trying to be validating, but geez, I'm still Kaden.
Yeah, you're still
Yeah,
probably taller than them.
and exactly it
just
was.
don't go. Just don't complain about people opening doors for you. Okay, especially
Oh
not if
yeah,
you're in Canada, eh? Because like
oh yeah.
that's
Everyone does it.
that's just a Canada thing, eh? The door holding stereotype is real there.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah. I'm a little bit tired, and I forgot.
Oh, it
Actually,
happens.
5 minutes.
But yeah, I was just saying, like when guys would treat me in like a very stereotypically feminine way, it it actually gave me dysphoria because it was just like I'm being like forced into a gender box that I don't belong in.
Okay. Yeah, I don't like you can try to force me into a gender box, but I won't fit in it. There isn't a
Same.
box big enough. So yeah, but I mean you can try, you won't succeed. Because I'll
Yeah.
eventually do something that you're not expecting me to do. But
Yeah.
like
Like
you can try put me in a box.
there was not a box non-existent enough for me. So yeah, I'm just like just treat me like a person. And my partner does, all my friends do, so good. But it's just something that I've been acutely aware of as being an intersex, agender person, but raised in one gender and now wed as another. It's like I've been aware of, the differences that society treats men and women, and the fact that I just want none of it.
Yeah,
Like the
I
province in
mean
Canada, none of it. Yeah.
yes,
Plus, we can do
it's
it on
not a
board, but
province. It's not a province actually. It's a
oh, it's
territory.
a
There's
territory. Yeah.
yeah, there's a Yukon, the North. Um, yeah, I mean, I remembered and then I forgot again. But like, I don't like when I remembered again. Like when I'm with a group of my friends. Yes, I'm having one of those days. Okay. When
It's
I'm
okay.
with a group of my friends, it's like if if they're all or mostly dudes, like I will be more masculine with them. without thinking about it, right? It's just something that I subconsciously do because I'm trying to fit in with them.
Yeah.
And if I'm with a group of friends who are women, I will act more feminine with them because it's something I'm trying to do, or it's something that I'm in like automatically doing. I don't think about doing it. It's just something that I do, to, I guess, socialize better with them.
Yeah.
And it took me a while to realize this, but I can go back, to where like in my teens with some very good friends, like we'd be having a discussion, and then one of them would look over at me and be like, "Oh, right, that's I'm sorry we're having this like talk about stuff that's woman stuff," and I'm like, whatever, right?
Yeah.
Because unless they were looking at me, they forgot that I, at least
Yeah.
in their perception when they're looking at me, wasn't a girl. Um,
Exactly. Same thing
so
happened. Yeah, the same thing happened to me all the time with female friends. Not that I had many friends in high school, but you know, I had a few, and yeah. But like one thing that I do find awkward is to be around like groups of women, and when they start talking about like really feminine stuff, and I'm just like, I feel out of place because the way I look and sound, they see me as a woman, and they like expect us to be able to do like girl talk. And I mean, maybe that's why I prefer to hang out with guys, but it's just like I feel uncomfortable because I'm actually agender, and I don't want to like break up a conversation with like, oh, by the way, you forgot I'm agender, because I don't want to be that person. But
yeah,
like, oh, shopping and guys and feminine health problems and just all of this really female stuff. I just again, it's like I'm a calloway. I want none of it.
okay. I mean,
It was an attempt at a Canada joke.
yeah. I mean, I know plenty of cis dudes who like shopping way more than I do, and I don't mind shopping. Um,
Like,
so it's just shopping for different things.
yeah, exactly. I
um,
get that, and
and
I guess it's
and
just
and I do like shopping in both things now, kind of in a way. I don't really have any feminine hobbies or anything like that.
I went shopping for hiking gear and you know things like that, computer stuff. Like I don't like shopping for clothing. Like for clothes, I literally go in, I grab what I think looks good, I try it on, and then I leave. Like I can't imagine spending all day at the mall, shopping for, different clothing items, accessories. It's just not me. And yeah, like male convers male quote unquote conversations, I just a lot of times I tend to find them more fun, honestly. Talking about sports or the outdoors or, politics is a lot more interesting to me than talking about, gossip about the person we work with or shopping or anything quote unquote feminine. I mean, that's
Yeah,
just me, though. But it's a way that I kind of express my NB-ness, I guess. When even though I present feminine.
yeah. I mean, one thing I do to with that is I occasionally present masculine, but um, generally speaking, most of the socializing I do is at work, and I do everything to avoid presenting masculine, just so that they can get a pic. Um,
Yeah.
yeah. So, like, yeah. I guess, like it doesn't. I don't know. I don't have a whole lot of feminine interest. That's a problem for me. Well, it's not necessarily a problem, but it's like everything that I like is something that people are typically think is like a boy thing, like
Same.
you know, giant ass battleships. And I have a legit interest in military
Yeah.
history, especially Navy, or the world's
Same.
navies. And I have a I do a Twitter, not Twitter, a YouTube gaming channel that okay, it's a little bit neglected now, but it has the torpedo aiming thing, indicator, and all that. So really, what's this guy's?
I will link
Whoa!
this so much. Wait, did I cut you off? I apologize.
No, no, go right ahead. I
I was
am
just
like just super crushing right now.
I relate to this so hard, honestly, because all of my interests are like quote unquote masculine. Like I'm into trains and planes, adventure, history, just none of the girly stuff. All of the quote unquote boy stuff, and gaming as well. And before I came out, it gave me dysphoria in a way because I was like, I'm already being perceived as male. And then I have all these male interests. But after I came out and after I started looking the way that I felt I should look, it actually gives me gender euphoria to be into so many, boyish things because it just it helps confirm to me that I'm agender and it helps just bring that to mind. And so what I used to find really invalidating, I now I now find validating.
Okay, yeah, I can see that.
Hmm.
Like there are, yeah, I don't know. I like being validated, but I don't look for it. Like
Yeah,
I neither desire nor well, I desire, but I don't require being validated. I'm pretty solid in my identity. Um,
same. I mean,
and I have been for a long time.
I don't like. I've gotten to a point where I don't need validation. I don't seek it because honestly, one, I don't have to because people close to me know I'm an envy and they treat me that way. But also, I've just gotten a lot more self confident. Whereas like 2 years ago, I was like, if I didn't get validation, I would fall to pieces. Like I needed validation, and now it's like, fetch it. I don't care if you call me whatever. I don't care how you see. Like, I mean, I'm not totally to the point where you are, May. Well, you don't care what pronouns people use, but I'm
Yeah,
a lot more
well,
self confident.
I say that, but I still don't like when people use gender neutral pronouns. For me, it's just not an issue because they're not in general usage, right? Like
Yeah,
I mean the quote unquote correct pronouns for me, um you want to just say purely based on my identity are she, her, and he, him pronouns. I just
yeah,
would feel awkward, presenting as I usually do with people using the he, him pronouns, and then I don't want people getting the, I generally present feminine, so and my goal is to have a body that is at least at a glance very similar to a cis woman's body. Um, so like she, her is just the better option for me to use than he, him.
yeah.
So like
I get
it's
that.
more that getting he, him pronouns doesn't make me dysphoric. But I just prefer the other ones, and I don't like gender neutral pronouns.
Yeah, but
Because
Jeremy,
my gender is the exact opposite of neutral. I have all of it, not none of it, and
that
it's
makes sense.
raging.
So would being called they give you dysphoria?
I don't necessarily like it. But I'm still pretty apathetic towards pronouns to begin with, so not
That makes
not
sense.
really. It would depend on the context and the reason why people are using it, because everyone's best friends, the turfs, use it
Yeah,
to have used it to try to invalidate me using
exactly.
she/her pronouns, and
They've, they've
I
actually
think if someone did that to me in real life and was very vitriolic about it in my
that would hurt.
face, it would both make me extremely upset with them, but I might also be made dysphoric by it. I don't get called they them enough to actually know about that though.
That
I
makes
mean,
sense. Like I've
yeah.
had toasts like try to call me they them as an invalidation, but it actually feels good because those are my pronouns.
Yeah.
So jokes on them. What were you gonna say, Brittany?
Yeah, you could also like, yeah, sometimes, although some turfs might say it pronouns as well.
Uh,
Personally, I'm fine with it pronouns. Although I don't really say them much anymore because some people, I don't know, kind of like, because I don't know if no one would ever really use it.
Exactly.
I've seen a few people who do on Twitter, but I
I
mean,
I'm 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 like,
maybe
if
for
someone
thee,
called
but
me
not for
it,
me.
if
I would
someone
be
called
down
me an
with
it,
it.
if someone called me
As
it pronouns, like I
yeah,
wouldn't, don't consider that misgendering.
I would be down with it as long as it was done in respectful way and not like, ew, it, you're not even human. But it's like, oh, it because you're just you don't have a gender. You're just totally removed from it. So
Yeah,
it
that
makes
would
sense.
work.
uh,
Like I would be fine with it. But yeah.
I mean, I'm
But
more than
even,
happy to use them pronouns. Yeah, so
yeah,
Oh, me too.
Nenem's
Oh
good
my gosh.
too.
I had no idea that you even knew how to pronounce Ninem. Like when
you
I
pronounced it for me.
well, good point. But yeah, like the reason why I stopped asking people to use Ninem was that I would ask them and their eyes would just glaze over and they would be like, nay. And then I'd have to like do example sentences and I'd have to explain it. And it was just too much work.
I mean, there's a difference between real life and Twitter, like
I'm
any
talking about
social
in real life.
media, um,
Yeah.
but
Talking about
you
in real
know,
life. Yeah.
I mean, at least getting, I started using she/her pronouns online long before I started using them, uh, in general with people,
Yeah.
like not online. Um, I actually had a coworker come to me, right, because I changed all my stuff in November or December or something like that on like Facebook. I was already out, but I changed all my stuff on Facebook, and I actually had a couple of people come up to me. Uh, One of them was at work and asked me if they want me to use she/her pronouns, and I'm like, not quite yet. Um,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm using them online, and I'm using them not so much at work, but with like friends and family.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so we'll hold off on that. Uh, so definitely online is a place where you can get people to start doing that. Um, Especially if it's like a small thing like Facebook as opposed to Twitter. Well,
Yeah.
Facebook is
I
where all
don't
my
know.
friends and family hang out, and Twitter is where I go to tell people to suck my non-binary girl dick.
Yeah.
Basically.
Like I don't even have Facebook. I deleted mine years ago, precisely because of like bigoted family and things like that.
I changed my name so it's not a dead name account anymore, so I won't have a. I know some people who made like separate accounts for that, but I just changed it. I thought it was gonna be a hassle to it, but actually not really.
Yeah, I just changed my name on my account. I don't care if people go back and see my old pictures. Even I mean the ones that the ones that I have of me are pretty good.
Yeah.
Like uh um like the Snowbeard one, which I will love that one forever.
Snow beard? Like, are we talking like what I'm thinking I'm talking of?
Like I got caught in a blizzard and I had like a beard full of snow.
Okay, that's kind of what I was thinking of, but it's like, did you just lose all?
Oh no,
I'm gonna just
it's
gather snow onto my face.
no, I was caught in a blizzard. Um and uh yeah, it was a freak blizzard. We were expecting so let's see here. As
It's Canada. You should always expect snow.
yeah, really. It was crazy snow though. It was like normal Canada snow. It was crazy lake effect snow. So there is a yeah, that's a thing. Um
May, did you forget to pack your winter parka into your moose that day?
Actually that was I think the first or second day wearing that coat. There I put it's one that a lot of people have seen. I put it in their chat there for you, which be up now.
Hashtag twatter.
Oh, nice. But that doesn't even look like that. Doesn't even look like you.
It's
I
me.
mean, it does, but it doesn't.
Well, it's from a down. It's from a different angle, and I have a giant beard that's plastered with snow.
Yeah.
The only thing I'm picturing of is that scene from Star Wars where they need to cut that thing open to keep Luke warm.
Oh my
That's
God.
the only thing in my head right now.
Right.
So
I
this
actually,
wasn't actually like during the day either. This was at like 11 o'clock at night. I simply took shelter um in an overhang.
well,
And
This isn't making it any better, May.
so that was actually like under the fucking overhang on a sub on a Mr. Sub, uh and that's where the light's coming from. But yeah,
well, I
that's
actually, well, yeah, I got rid of all of my free transition photos except for like childhood ones. I got rid of them all just because of dysphoria. Um,
yeah.
I was just like, I I kept one for a while because it was like this feeling of accomplishment. I had just climbed this huge mountain all the way from the valley floor, and I was like, I can't believe I made it. And I took a selfie on top of the mountain, but even that I got rid of because I was just like, I see this person who accomplished this great thing, but I can't see me. I see someone else. And I know that it was me. I'm not saying that it wasn't me, but I'm just saying that I couldn't see me. I saw just dead name and I was like, okay, I think it's time to maybe part with this. As much as I love this photo, I just can't.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean I have no problems with my I have absolutely no problems with my free transit.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
kept
Like
I kept
it's like
some around.
yeah. I didn't have a whole lot to keep around. Um so okay. I didn't have a whole lot to keep around to begin with. so it's
Yeah.
not that big a deal. But it's also like I don't care. Like it's it's part of who I am. Um, so yeah,
Yeah.
I think that all the pictures that I have pre-transition of me are at least half decent. Um, even though there's like a dozen of them at tops.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's for all those reasons. Not it's not a really huge deal to me.
I wish I could feel that way, but it's just, you know, I honestly, and maybe it's just that my dysphoria is different than yours, but I just can't. I just can't see like that old body as me. I just,
Yeah. Um
yeah,
yeah, like I can understand that. It's not where I am, but I can definitely uh understand where you're coming from there. Um
yeah,
and my body dysphoria is kind of the most, well, it's the only real dysphoria that I have, so it's like I do have kind of a, yeah, that's me, but that's not necessarily how I want to be when I see them. But it's like I I still don't always like look terrible or anything, so it's fine. It's a really weird thing for me, I guess.
yeah. Like, I think it's valid. I can't really relate to it because that wasn't my experience, but I think it's valid, and I guess I support you feeling that way.
Yeah, and everyone is different, so like you can't say, right? It's like people say it all the time. There's no one right or true way to be trans. People just
Mhm.
Mhm.
are. So yeah, people can be very different, can be trans in very different ways. Um, like
Indeed.
like we've seen over the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, indeed. And I feel like your show, this show is really useful because it helps people see that trans isn't just one thing. It isn't just that classic narrative of, oh, I knew since I was 2 and I'm totally binary in every way.
Yeah, it's like the sign. It's like for some people discuss the signs. If you don't if you can't say, "Oh, when I was 5, I tried on my mother's high heels, and ever
Ye-
since I knew I was a girl," or something like
Yeah,
you feel like you have to like sit down and shut up, or because if you don't have to say that.
right.
I mean, I do have the signs I can recall, but I think that shouldn't matter.
Oh,
Yeah,
I mean, I knew, but I didn't ever show any signs I'm trans, right? Like, it's just like I never. The first time I legitimately wore women's clothes was probably about a year ago now. Um, no,
wow.
probably a little more than a year. Like within a year and 3 months ago. I can't remember the exact. I could go look it up if I really wanted to because I ordered everything off of Amazon. But really, and I never wore any of it outside until Halloween. But really, it's like what, like really, it was like I would sometimes see people in like what looked to be really comfortable clothes, and I think those are really comfortable clothes, but I wouldn't go much farther than that. It's like, okay,
Yeah,
I what I'm wearing is comfortable and practical, so why would I so I like it because I like comfortable things and practical things.
yeah. And like
Um
for me, I wore my own, and this is gonna sound so stereotypical. I guess for an MTF, even though I'm not. But I wore my mom's clothes and I liked it very much. Uh, but then my dad yelled at me and I got spanked for it, so
Uh,
that kind of trained me out of it. But there were also some male clothes that I wore that I liked. It was just, again, I wanted to mix and match and do both and express this kind of agendered, both sides of the binary kind of thing. And it just wasn't possible back in small town America in the 80s or the 90s. But
or the 2000s.
yeah, good point. And
Yeah.
so I did show signs, but it wasn't signs in a binary way. It was more of like signs of being non-binary.
Yeah, I mean, I probably showed a lot of signs that would point maybe towards me being non-binary. But even they would be few and far between that nobody ever noticed them.
Yeah,
Like not bothering to correct people when they are using female pronouns for me over the phone. Right? Like I was actually asked by a quality person, like, why aren't you, taking exception to them calling you ma'am? I'm like, I don't care. So
exactly.
it's like, I don't care. I just want to fix their shit and move on to the next person. And they were like,
Exactly.
okay.
And a simple person would be like, "No, I'm a man," like that just kind of reaction that people have when they get misgendered
Yeah.
that you didn't have.
Hashtag toxic masculinity
Well,
for the
not
win.
exactly toxic masculinity, just people not wanting to be misappropriated or misgendered. Like I totally get that. Like when someone is calling me ma'am, it's like I'm not gonna react in that way, but it does bother me. Like I'm not a woman, so I would prefer not to be called female pronouns.
Okay. I mean, I don't even connect them with really connect female pronouns with being a woman. I just connect it as a description that would fit anyone who's, or at least most people who are trans femme and actually uh, transitioning.
Really?
Yeah, it's just a label to me. It's just a description. And a pretty vague one at most if we're not trying to go out of our way to exclude people.
Yeah.
I know. I don't think that it's intentional, but still, I would be lying if I said it didn't bother me. I just want to be seen as agender. I just want to be seen as neutral.
Yeah,
Like, oh,
okay.
like everyone's seeming really tired.
Yeah, I am half
Yeah.
asleep.
I want to I want to go soon.
Yeah, maybe we should end this now.
Yeah, yeah, it's been great though. And yeah, I've been, I get up at 6 o'clock in the morning, and I had a long
Oh,
day.
I get that.
And I had a long day the day before, and I had a long day. Well, okay, I had a long day the day before, and so on. So yeah, we can
Yeah.
definitely get an end to this.
Mm-hmm.
As I usually do, does anyone else have anything that they want to say or
Um,
add?
I just want to say it's like we're just have the need to be ourselves and it's and really we are the best experts for our own lives. So yeah.
Indeed.
Yeah,
Indeed.
that's exactly it. Being myself has like been being my full self has been like amazing because I don't know, it's just so much better than being half of myself, I guess.
Yeah.
Hmm.
uh, I just wanted to say night of goodness, and to everyone still watching, you're all awesome, and I hope you have an excellent week.
Yeah, you too.
Goodbye. Good night.
Bye.
Bye, good night. Have a good one, eh?
Mhm.